Welcome to my channel Valuable Rare Coins because, as you know, old is gold. Some of the rarest coins worth big money could be hiding in your hands right now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and watch till the end. Let's dive in. First, we're diving deep into a very special coin from the heart of American history, the United States quarter dollar featuring the state of New Hampshire, minted in the year 2000. This is not just any quarter, my friends. This one has hidden secrets, incredible details, and rare errors that make it one of the most sought-after coins in the collector's market today. The New Hampshire State Quarter was released as part of the legendary 50 State Quarters program, a project that ignited passion and excitement in the world of numismatics like never before. Each state was honored with its own unique design, and New Hampshire's quarter stood out immediately for its stunning and symbolic imagery. The reverse side of this quarter proudly showcases the iconic Old Man of the Mountain, a famous rock formation that once stood tall in the White Mountains of New Hampshire. Alongside it is the state motto, "Live free or die," a powerful message that speaks to the rugged independence and deep patriotism of the state's heritage. Every line in this coin's design is filled with meaning, history, and national pride. But what makes this coin truly legendary in the collecting world isn't just its design. It's the rare minting errors that slipped through the cracks and now command top dollar in the coin market. These aren't your ordinary quarters you'll find in change. They're ultra-rare variants with specific errors that have skyrocketed in value due to their scarcity and uniqueness. One of the most prized errors found in the New Hampshire 2000 quarter is the off-center strike, a misalignment during the minting process that leaves part of the design missing or oddly placed. This kind of error makes the coin stand out immediately to trained eyes and is highly coveted by advanced collectors and error coin enthusiasts alike. Another incredible and highly sought-after variant is the double die error, where certain parts of the coin, such as the text, the Old Man of the Mountain, or even the date, appear to be duplicated or shadowed. These doubling effects are not just beautiful to behold, but are also extremely rare, especially when found on a coin in pristine, uncirculated condition. There are also clipped planchet errors, where a portion of the coin's edge appears to be cut or missing due to mistakes during the blanking process of the mint. These quirky shapes add a layer of uniqueness that turns a simple quarter into a one-of-a-kind artifact worth serious money to the right buyer or collector. Collectors have also reported die cracks and cuts, where raised lines or blobs of metal appear due to damage in the minting dies, each one giving the coin its own distinct fingerprint, ensuring no two are exactly the same. The rarer the error and the better the condition, the higher the coin's value climbs in the auction world. These rare New Hampshire 2000 quarters have become superstars in coin shows, online forums, and auctions, with collectors constantly on the hunt for that perfect, mint condition example. Just recently, several error coins of this kind have surfaced in private sales and auctions, catching the attention of serious buyers and turning heads with jaw-dropping final sale prices. In fact, one extraordinary specimen, featuring a sharp double die on the obverse and a near-perfect off-center strike, made headlines when it was sold to a private collector for a staggering amount that will leave you speechless. This wasn't just a casual sale, it was a historic moment that proved just how powerful and valuable these hidden gems can be. So, how do you know if your New Hampshire quarter is the real deal? First, take a magnifying glass and look closely at the coin's details, especially around the text, date, and design elements. Check for any unusual duplications, misalignments, or signs of clipping along the edges. If anything looks out of the ordinary, you could be looking at something truly special. Condition is everything. If your coin is clean, untarnished, and shows minimal wear, its value multiplies dramatically. And remember, certified grading by a professional agency like PCGS or NGC can boost your coin's credibility and value even further in the eyes of collectors and investors. This coin isn't just valuable because of its metal. It's a piece of American history, a work of art, and a collector's dream. Every rare New Hampshire quarter tells a story, from the historic rock face it depicts to the mechanical mistakes that make it priceless. Owning one is like owning a piece of a hidden legacy tucked away in the nation's pocket change. And now for the moment you've all been waiting for: just how much can this coin be worth if you've got the right one, in the right condition, with the right error? One rare, error-filled, uncirculated 2000 New Hampshire quarter recently sold for an astonishing $98,000. Yes, you heard that right. $98,000 for a coin that once bought a piece of candy or paid for a parking meter. So if you're holding on to one of these quarters, or plan on checking your coin jars and pockets tonight, you might just be sitting on a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered. If you found a New Hampshire quarter from the year 2000 with any unusual marks or features, let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear your story and help you identify what you've got. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another discovery from the world of rare and valuable coins. Second rare coin, we're uncovering the incredible story of the United States of America quarter dollar from the state of Montana, minted in 2007. This isn't just a piece of metal. It's a symbol of American heritage, a work of art, and, for a lucky few, a potential gateway to a small fortune. The Montana quarter was released as part of the hugely popular 50 State Quarters program, an initiative that ignited the passion of millions of collectors across the country. Representing the Big Sky Country, this coin captures the wild, untamed beauty of Montana in a way that no other coin does. Right in the center of the reverse side, you'll find a stunning image of a bison skull floating against the open landscape, with snow-capped mountains beneath and vast skies above. An iconic and deeply symbolic tribute to the state's rugged wilderness and Native American heritage. This breathtaking design isn't just beautiful, it also holds a deep historical significance that resonates with both collectors and historians alike. The bison skull represents life, strength, and the spirit of the American West, making it one of the most memorable and meaningful state quarters ever minted. But while millions of these coins were made for circulation, only a tiny fraction possess the rare and valuable characteristics that have sent their value soaring in recent years. What makes this coin such a prized piece among collectors are the rare minting errors and unique features that can elevate an ordinary Montana quarter into a high-value collectible. These aren't just mistakes, they are minting miracles that have turned heads in coin shows, auction houses, and private sales across the country. When these errors combine with the coin's beautiful design and excellent condition, the result is pure gold for numismatists. One of the most sought-after errors in the 2007 Montana quarter is the dramatic double die. This occurs when the coin is struck twice during the minting process, causing visible doubling in the inscriptions, especially around the words Montana, 2007, or E pluribus unum. This rare visual effect is easy to spot if you look closely, and it immediately increases the coin's value to experienced collectors who know just how rare this phenomenon is. Another incredible error that has stunned the collecting community is the off-center strike. In this rare case, the coin design is not aligned correctly during minting, resulting in a portion of the image or text appearing shifted or even missing entirely. The more dramatic the misalignment, the more unique and valuable the coin becomes. These striking visuals add character and rarity that collectors absolutely love. In addition to these, some 2007 Montana quarters have appeared with clipped planchets, where part of the coin's edge is missing due to an error in the blank cutting process. These oddly shaped coins are instantly recognizable and command top dollar in the collector's market. There are even reports of coins with die cracks, raised lines across the surface that add a rugged, one-of-a-kind quality to the piece. What makes these coins even more desirable is their condition. If you have one that's uncirculated, untouched, and clean with a sharp strike and no visible wear, you're holding something truly special. Coins graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC with high mint state ratings are the most valuable of all, especially when they combine rarity with pristine condition. Collectors and investors alike are on the hunt for these special Montana quarters. In recent months, several rare error versions have changed hands in private sales and auctions, fetching jaw-dropping prices that reflect the coin's rising demand. These aren't coins that sit in a drawer. They are being actively sought after, studied, and added to some of the finest collections in the country. The buzz around these quarters is growing fast, and their value is only increasing with time. Just imagine finding one of these gems in your old coin jar, wallet, or tucked away in a forgotten drawer. It's like winning a mini lottery that's been sitting in your house for years without you knowing it. And what's even more exciting is that most people have no idea how valuable their Montana quarters could be. That's why it's so important to check your change, inspect your coins, and educate yourself. You could be sitting on a piece of American history that's worth far more than 25 cents. So, how can you tell if you've got one of these rare Montana quarters? Start by looking at the design carefully with a magnifying glass. Examine the lettering, the bison skull, and the date for any signs of doubling or distortion. Check the edges for clipped planchets or off-center designs, and always handle coins carefully to preserve their condition. If you suspect you've got something special, consider having it graded by a reputable service. It could make all the difference in unlocking its full value. And now, for the big reveal, the question that's on everyone's mind. How much can this coin actually be worth? Well, brace yourselves, because one rare, error-filled, uncirculated 2007 Montana quarter recently sold for a jaw-dropping amount that most people would never believe. Yes, a perfect storm of rarity, condition, and collector demand came together to push this coin's value to an incredible $50,000. That's right, $50,000 for a single quarter that you might have walked past 1,000 times without ever realizing its worth. That's why every coin has a story and sometimes a hidden fortune behind it. If you've got one, hold on tight, and if you don't, keep searching, because treasures like this are still out there waiting to be found. If you've discovered a Montana quarter with strange features, minting errors, or just want help identifying its value, drop a comment below. We love hearing your stories and helping fellow collectors make the most of their finds. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a new video about rare coins that could change your life. Third expensive coin. We're talking about none other than the United States of America quarter dollar from Maryland, minted in the year 2000. And if you think this quarter is just spare change, you're in for a huge surprise, because this coin has become one of the most talked about treasures in the collector's world. The Maryland State Quarter is part of the historic 50 State Quarters program, a legendary series released by the U.S. Mint that quickly became one of the most successful coin programs in American history. Each quarter in this series tells the story of its state, and Maryland's design proudly displays the State House Dome, a powerful symbol of Maryland's colonial heritage and its deep connection to America's early founding history. Framed by branches of white oak, the state tree, this coin isn't just a piece of metal, it's a tribute to American democracy and independence. Collectors and historians alike are drawn to the Maryland 2000 quarter not only for its elegant and meaningful design, but also because of its increasing rarity and the incredible errors that have been discovered over the years. These minting mistakes are what truly elevate this coin from everyday currency into the realm of high-value collectibles, with some examples commanding massive attention at auctions and among private collectors. One of the most stunning and valuable errors found on the Maryland 2000 quarter is the double die error. This occurs when the coin is struck more than once with a slight shift, causing letters and numbers to appear doubled, particularly on the words Maryland 2000 and the inscriptions around the edge of the coin. This type of error is immediately noticeable to the trained eye and is considered a goldmine in the numismatic world, especially when it appears clearly and on a coin in excellent condition. Another extraordinary error that has made certain Maryland quarters worth a fortune is the off-center strike. In this case, the design is visibly shifted to one side, leaving blank space where the rest of the design should be. These coins are both visually striking and extremely rare, especially when the date and state name are still fully visible despite the off-center alignment. The uniqueness of each off-center error makes every one of them a one-of-a-kind treasure. There have also been reports of clipped planchet errors, where a section of the coin appears to be cut out or missing, usually along the rim. These minting anomalies often happen when the metal sheet used to make the blanks overlaps, resulting in a noticeable and rare error that collectors absolutely love. Combine that with sharp detail and luster, and you've got a coin that can bring in top-dollar offers from serious buyers. Let's not forget the die cracks and cuts, where imperfections in the minting dies create raised lines, blobs, or breaks on the coin's surface. These fascinating errors not only add uniqueness to the coin, but also increase its collectible appeal dramatically. When you combine one of these features with a high mint state grade from a professional grading service, the result is a coin that's in exceptionally high demand. Condition is everything when it comes to coin collecting. A Maryland quarter with no scratches, no tarnishing, and full luster is already desirable, but if that same coin includes one of these major errors, it becomes a must-have item for collectors nationwide. Coins graded by PCGS or NGC as MS 65 or higher are especially prized, as these grades indicate coins that have been preserved in nearly flawless condition since the day they were minted. This is why the Maryland 2000 quarter has been rising in popularity in auctions and collector circles. In fact, several coins with significant errors have recently sold for eye-popping prices at private auctions and through trusted online dealers. These coins are often snapped up the moment they're listed because the combination of history, design, and rarity makes them irresistible to experienced and passionate collectors. And what makes this coin even more exciting is that many people have them in their homes without realizing what they're worth. You could have a rare and valuable Maryland quarter sitting in a piggy bank, tucked away in a drawer, or resting at the bottom of a change jar. This is why it's so important to take a moment and look through your coins. You might just find a hidden gem waiting to change your life. If you want to check your Maryland 2000 quarter for value, start by looking closely at the details under a magnifying glass. Pay special attention to the lettering, the year, and the edges for any signs of doubling, misalignment, or unusual shapes. If you see something that stands out, it could be your lucky day. Always consider getting your coin authenticated and graded by a professional. It's the best way to unlock its true market value. So, what is the top value this coin has reached in recent times? Are you ready for this? One exceptionally rare Maryland 2000 quarter, featuring a dramatic double die and in mint uncirculated condition, sold in a high-profile private sale for a jaw-dropping $100,000. Yes, you heard that right. $100,000 for a single state quarter. That's the kind of discovery that turns everyday collectors into headline makers, and it's why the Maryland quarter from the year 2000 has become such a hot topic in the numismatic world. If you found a Maryland quarter with unusual markings, mint errors, or you simply want help figuring out what you have, drop us a comment below. We love hearing your stories and helping fellow collectors uncover the hidden value in their collections. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another rare coin alert. Especially, we're diving deep into the fascinating story of the United States quarter dollar from the U.S. Virgin Islands, minted in 2009. This coin is not only stunning to look at, but it also holds surprising value that has shocked even seasoned collectors. Released as part of the 2009 District of Columbia and U.S. Territories Quarters Program, this special edition quarter celebrates the culture, history, and spirit of the U.S. Virgin Islands. With its tropical beauty and vibrant heritage, it's no wonder this coin stands out from the rest. The design features the three main islands, St. Croix, St. John, and St. Thomas, surrounded by native flora and a beautiful depiction of the bananaquit bird, the official bird of the territory. It's a breathtaking design that captures the natural elegance and proud identity of the Virgin Islands like no other coin can. But the real treasure lies beyond its design. What turns this quarter from a simple piece of pocket change into a high-value collectible is the rare minting errors that have been discovered over time. These are not common mistakes. You're looking at unique, eye-catching flaws that happened during the minting process and turned ordinary coins into incredibly rare finds that collectors all over the world are racing to get their hands on. One of the most valuable and thrilling errors found on the 2009 U.S. Virgin Islands quarter is the dramatic double die. This happens when the coin is struck more than once, but slightly off alignment, creating a doubling effect on parts of the design or inscriptions. When this error appears on important elements like the lettering, the islands, or the date, it can skyrocket the coin's value, especially if the doubling is bold and easily seen without a microscope. Another highly sought-after error is the off-center strike. In these rare cases, the design is not properly centered on the coin, leaving part of the image or text off the edge. This type of error makes each coin one of a kind and adds a dramatic visual twist that collectors love. The more off-center the strike, while still retaining a readable date and state name, the more valuable and desirable the coin becomes. And let's not forget about the clipped planchet errors. These occur when the blank metal piece used to make the coin is improperly cut, resulting in a portion of the coin's edge appearing clipped or incomplete. These clipped coins are easily recognizable and instantly catch the attention of collectors due to their unusual and rare appearance. Combine this with the exotic design of the Virgin Islands quarter, and you've got an absolute gem on your hands. Some of the most impressive examples also include die breaks and cuds, where raised, blister-like areas form on the coin due to damage or fatigue in the minting dies. These are not flaws, they're badges of rarity that transform a regular coin into a must-have item for any serious numismatist. Every one of these errors tells a story, and that story adds real value. Now, condition is absolutely key when it comes to the true value of any rare coin. If your 2009 U.S. Virgin Islands quarter is in uncirculated condition, meaning it has never been used in daily transactions and shows no signs of wear, it already holds premium status. But if it also features one of these rare errors and has been professionally graded by top-tier services like PCGS or NGC, then you are holding something far more valuable than face value could ever suggest. This coin has been turning heads at recent auctions and collector conventions, where rare examples with error combinations have sold for jaw-dropping prices. The excitement around the Virgin Islands quarter has been building steadily over the years, and it's now considered one of the sleeper hits among modern collectors. A coin that wasn't expected to rise in value, but is now climbing rapidly due to its scarcity and high demand. And here's the best part: you could already have one of these treasures in your collection without even realizing it. These quarters were widely circulated, and many people simply saved them without looking for errors or evaluating their condition. That means your change jar, old wallet, or inherited coin stash could be hiding something incredibly valuable right now. To identify if your Virgin Islands quarter is the rare and valuable kind, grab a magnifying glass and examine the coin closely. Look at the lettering, the bird, the branches, and the islands for any signs of doubling, cracks, or misalignment. Check the edges carefully for clipping or off-center designs. If something looks unusual or unique, you might be onto something truly special. Having it authenticated and graded by professionals is the next step to discovering its true worth. Now let's get to the moment you've all been waiting for, the big reveal. One of the rarest known examples of the 2009 U.S. Virgin Islands quarter, featuring a deep double die error and preserved in pristine, mint state condition, was recently sold to a passionate collector for an astounding $46,000. That's right, $46,000 for a coin that many people still believe is only worth 25 cents. It just goes to show you that sometimes the most valuable treasures are hiding in plain sight, just waiting for someone with a sharp eye and a little knowledge to uncover them. If you think you've found a Virgin Islands quarter with any rare features or want help identifying what you've got, don't hesitate to drop a comment below. We love hearing from our viewers, and we're always excited to help fellow collectors unlock the secrets hiding in their collections. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and tap that notification bell so you never miss out on another incredible coin discovery. Next coin, we're unlocking the story of one of the most iconic and visually powerful coins in the entire 50-state quarters series, the United States of America quarter dollar from New York, minted in 2001. This quarter represents more than just currency. It's a tribute to liberty, resilience, and the historic gateway to America that millions of immigrants passed through for generations. And what might shock you most is that some rare versions of this coin have been known to bring in staggering amounts of money for those lucky enough to find one. The New York quarter holds a special place in both American history and the hearts of collectors. Released as part of the U.S. Mint's legendary 50-state quarters program, the 2001 New York quarter beautifully showcases the Statue of Liberty set against an outline of the state itself. Connecting the past with the present, this coin also features lines tracing the paths of the Hudson River and Erie Canal, symbols of progress, unity, and the very spirit of New York. With the phrase "Gateway to Freedom" proudly engraved, this coin tells a story of strength, dreams, and new beginnings. But as stunning as its design is, What truly makes this coin a hot topic in the world of numismatics is its rarity and potential for minting errors, which have made certain versions of the New York quarter extremely valuable and in incredibly high demand among serious collectors. These are not your everyday quarters. These are extraordinary, sometimes one-of-a-kind error coins that have sold for eye-watering amounts in auctions and private sales. One of the most valuable errors associated with the 2001 New York quarter is the double die error, where parts of the design, most notably the lettering, the date, or even the Statue of Liberty herself, appear slightly duplicated or shadowed due to a misalignment in the minting process. These striking errors can be clearly seen with the naked eye or under a magnifying glass, and collectors absolutely love them because of how rare and distinctive they are. Another exceptional error that's turned heads is the off-center strike. This occurs when the coin isn't properly aligned during minting, resulting in a portion of the design being pushed toward one side or even partially cut off. Depending on how far off-center the strike is and whether key details like the date or inscriptions remain visible, this error can transform the coin into a highly prized collector's item. There have also been clipped planchet errors reported on some New York quarters. This fascinating error creates a noticeable chunk missing from the coin's edge due to a misfeed in the blank cutting process. It's a dramatic and easy-to-spot flaw that adds incredible uniqueness to the coin, increasing its appeal and value to collectors who specialize in minting anomalies. Die cracks, cuds, and other die-related anomalies have also shown up on these quarters, including raised lines across the coin's surface or extra metal blobs appearing in unexpected places. These errors are usually the result of aging or damaged dies at the mint and are seen as badges of rarity among collectors. The more dramatic the flaw and the better the coin's overall condition, the more desirable it becomes. Speaking of condition, it cannot be emphasized enough how important grading is when determining a coin's value. A New York quarter that has never entered circulation, known as an uncirculated or mint state coin, will always command a higher price, especially if it carries one of these rare errors. Coins graded by top agencies like PCGS or NGC with ratings of MS 65 or higher are seen as investment-grade pieces and often sell for significant amounts in the collector's market. And make no mistake, this coin is not just gaining value because of errors. It's also driven by high collector demand, as many numismatists seek to complete their 50-state quarters sets with the most pristine and rarest examples available. With New York being such a culturally significant and globally recognized state, its quarter has become one of the standout pieces in the entire series, fueling even more interest in rare and error versions. Just recently, a jaw-dropping example of the 2001 New York quarter, featuring a crisp and visible double die on the reverse, along with being in stunning mint state condition, was sold through a private collector deal after intense competition. The buzz around this coin was off the charts, and it only added fuel to the fire of collectors searching for similar treasures in their own collections or coin rolls. So, if you've got a 2001 New York quarter lying around, now's the time to take a very close look. Use a magnifying glass to inspect the fine details around the words, the outline of the state, and the Statue of Liberty herself. Look for any signs of doubling, off-center design, mis-at edges, or odd bumps and cracks. If something stands out, don't brush it off. It could be the beginning of a valuable discovery, and if you believe your coin is something truly special, don't hesitate to get it evaluated and graded by a trusted professional service. That simple step can turn a regular find into a prized possession with a verified market value, opening the door to exciting offers from buyers all around the world who are actively looking for these rare pieces. Now for the most thrilling part of this entire video, the price. You've heard about the design, the history, the rare errors, and the collector demand, but what can one of these special New York quarters actually be worth? Well, brace yourself, because one particularly rare and flawless New York 2001 quarter recently sold for an astonishing $80,000. That's right, $80,000 for a single quarter. That kind of value proves once again that treasure doesn't always come in gold bars or antique vaults. Sometimes, it's hiding in the most unexpected places, like your own pocket change, coin jar, or family keepsake collection. If you found a New York quarter with unusual features, or you're just curious about what your coin might be worth, drop a comment below. We'd love to hear your story and help you find out more. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell icon so you never miss another exciting update on rare coins that could be worth a fortune. Last unique coin. We're about to unlock the story behind one of the most overlooked but surprisingly valuable coins from recent U.S. mint history, the United States of America quarter dollar featuring Cumberland Gap, minted in the year 2016. If you've ever glanced at this coin and thought it was just another quarter, get ready to see it in a whole new light. Because certain rare versions of this quarter have collectors buzzing, and some of them are bringing in shockingly high prices. The Cumberland Gap quarter was issued as part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program, a celebrated series that showcases the national parks and historic sites of the United States. This particular coin pays tribute to the Cumberland Gap National Historical Park, a legendary passageway through the Appalachian Mountains that served as a key route for westward expansion during the early days of American history. On the reverse side of the coin, we see a frontiersman standing proudly, looking toward the west with his rifle in hand and the words, "First Doorway to the West," engraved beside him. It's an image that stirs the imagination and captures a pivotal moment in the American frontier story, but beyond its powerful design and historical meaning. What's truly exciting about the 2016 Cumberland Gap quarter is the rare set of errors and variations that make some versions of this coin extremely valuable. These aren't just minor imperfections, these are minting mistakes that create striking differences in appearance, rarity, and most importantly, collector demand. Coins with these rare features have become prized possessions in the numismatic world, fetching top prices in auctions and attracting attention from collectors everywhere. One of the most eye-catching and valuable errors seen on some Cumberland Gap quarters is the double die error. This occurs when the coin is struck twice with a slight misalignment between the strikes, leading to visible doubling in the text or parts of the image. In the case of this coin, doubling has been observed on the lettering, especially on Cumberland Gap and First Doorway to the West, as well as on parts of the frontiersman's outline. When these errors are bold and clear, they transform the coin into a must-have for collectors who specialize in die varieties. Another highly desirable and valuable error on this coin is the off-center strike. These errors happen when the coin is not perfectly positioned during the minting process, causing the design to be misaligned, sometimes dramatically. Depending on how far off-center the strike is and whether important elements like the date and inscriptions are still visible, these errors can drive up the value of the coin significantly. The more dramatic and rare the misalignment, the more attention it gets from serious collectors. Some examples of the Cumberland Gap quarter have also appeared with clipped planchet errors, a fascinating mistake that results in part of the coin's edge appearing clipped or curved due to a misfeed in the blank cutting process. These coins are not only visually distinct, but they're also extremely rare, especially when found in high-quality, uncirculated condition. The unique shape makes them instantly recognizable, and they often draw competition when they come up for sale or auction. Let's not forget about the die crack and retained cut errors that have appeared on some 2016 quarters, including the Cumberland Gap issue. These occur when the minting dies develop small cracks or pieces break off during the striking process, leading to raised lines or blobs of extra metal on the coin's surface. These unexpected and rare flaws can appear on various parts of the coin, sometimes across the fields, sometimes near the rim, and sometimes around the lettering, creating unique patterns that collectors seek out with enthusiasm. Now, beyond the error types, the overall condition of the coin is absolutely critical when it comes to determining value. If you're holding a Cumberland Gap quarter that has never been in circulation, meaning it has no scratches, no signs of wear, and maintains its original luster, it may already be worth more than you think. Coins that have been professionally graded and certified by trusted grading services like PCGS or NGC often command the highest prices, especially when they're combined with rare minting errors or oddities. Collectors are always on the lookout for hidden gems, and the 2016 Cumberland Gap quarter has proven itself to be one of those coins that surprises everyone. It may seem modern, but its unique design, historic significance, and era potential have placed it in a class of its own in the collecting community. Recent coin shows and online auction platforms have featured rare era versions of this coin, and they've sold for thousands of dollars each, showing just how hot the demand is for this particular quarter. So, how can you tell if you have one of these rare and valuable Cumberland Gap quarters in your possession? First, look closely at the coin's lettering and imagery with a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe. Check for signs of doubling, odd bumps, missing edges, or parts of the design that look misaligned. Inspect the rim and edge for any clipped areas or cracks that seem unusual. And if you think your coin has something rare about it, consider having it professionally graded. It could be your key to unlocking its full value. And now comes the part that gets everyone excited: the number. A truly rare, uncirculated, error-filled 2016 Cumberland Gap quarter recently caught the attention of collectors and auction houses alike, eventually being sold for a breathtaking price of $30,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $30,000 for a single quarter that could be hiding in your pocket, drawer, or coin jar right now. This is why it's so important to pay close attention to your change, because sometimes treasure isn't buried in the ground. It's sitting right in your hand. If you think you've found a unique Cumberland Gap quarter or have questions about other coins in your collection, drop a comment below. We love hearing from our fellow coin enthusiasts and are always happy to help you figure out what you might be holding. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell so you're always the first to know when we share another rare and valuable coin that could change your life.